see how much we can make this actually turn
Work
towards
out.
everyone.
So
Now, I have to ask,
Yeah.
iPads are what, 10 years old? Does anyone know? 5, 10 years
geez.
old. So I'm wondering, have you always used this for your projects?
No,
Or, okay.
no, and it's interesting. You know, I always carried a sketchbook. You know, so I've been always like have my sketchbook. I go to the job site and I sketch a detail, and then I take my sketchbook back to the office and I make a Xerox copy of it, and then I email it out. You know,
Right?
or I used to
Okay.
fax it out. You know, shows how old I am. But you know,
Now you can make it happen.
But now what I can do is I use my
Business.
iPad.
Oh, awesome. Okay.
And we build all of our designs in a 3D model. So I'm able to
Oh, wow.
look at the design, use my pencil, and then zoom in and like talk about, think about certain aspects of it. So, let's say this element of the design, I'm like, well, it looks good, but I need to make some changes. So what I do is I make a screenshot of this space.
Okay.
And then I'll open it up in one of my sketching apps.
I need to take note on these apps.
Yeah.
Are they free or?
These are relatively. There are
These are the
free
good
ones.
ones.
Yeah, there's the Sketchbook is free, and then there's Sketchbook Pro that is a little bit. That's a little bit more. And then, so then I would just like take my screenshots, and then bring it in as a photo. Oops, that's my family.
That's a cute family photo. Look at that, guys.
Here it is.
And that was your daughter who rode the bike and took all the photos for you.
And then, so from here, I can mark up. I can mark up stuff. Like let's say,
awesome.
Let's make this thing a little bit lower and fill in this little portion right here, and we'll add some different material on this side.
Oh, that is awesome.
So I am able to take a 3D model that I have someone working on, and then look at it and study it, and then take a screenshot, and then make notes on something, and then save it, and then send it to whatever project architect I have working on it.
Wow.
And say, let's make these little changes.
Let's fix A, B,
Right.
C, and D.
I do the same thing like if I go to the job site and I have like a condition. This was a particular one that I'm working on now, where we were saying, oh, we need to remove the concrete in this area. So I took a photograph of it, and then I'm able to go through and same thing, mark up, but instead of a 3D model, it's like a real.
You're actually doing it here.
The picture of what it is. So I can send this out to the contractor on site, and when I walk away from the site, he knows what he needs to do. So it's like all these additional steps that used to be.
A lot of clarity.
Yeah, I mean, and when you draw, a lot of what you're drawing is the content of what it is. You might be talking about like a chair in a whole space, but to be able to really convey the idea, you have to draw the whole space. So doing it like this, taking a photo either of a model or of an actual situation.
To Steve, oh, sorry about that. Everything going on here.
So that is able to kind of condense time, and then also is the clarity of it. So somebody gets a sketch, they immediately know the area that I'm talking about.
Yes.
And I can walk away from the site knowing that they know what they need to do.
Wow. Now,